recording?
Yes, I'm recording.
Okay. Hi guys, this is Adrian from 5 days ago. I'm gonna be making some Guyanese chow mein today, which is a recipe that I've never really heard about, but I did some research and I wanted to give it a try. So today it's made out of multiple components and multiple ingredients. So we're gonna take it step by step, and we're gonna try to get it done today, so that you could have an authentic, as authentic as possible of an experience. So first things first, I already prepped this stuff. I already washed these vegetables, and I also marinated some chicken. So I'll talk about how that chicken was marinated in a little bit. But for now, we're gonna do the thing that takes the longest, which is the noodles. So I'm gonna start cooking with the noodles now. And by the way, cooking with chow mein, normally I could use regular chow mein noodles like this, which is what we usually use, like the Chinese chow mein, but I wanted to take the extra step and actually got some Guyanese chow mein today. So I'll be using that. Got a little crushed up, that's okay, because I'm gonna be like crushing it and cutting it short for later, so it's easier to handle. So let's see if I can open this up. Cut. No, don't cut it. Just kidding. I have my assistant that's filming today. So I have some hot water boiling already. And the package says that I have to boil for about 10 minutes. I think I'm going to go a little under. So I'm going to boil it for about 7 minutes maybe. So let's do that. Let's make our lives a little easier. Let's do 7 minutes of a boil. So while that's cooking, I'm going to prepare the rest of the ingredients. First, I'm going to wash my hands. Throw this out so that my assistant doesn't get mad at me. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna prep the vegetables. We could start with the onions. I'm gonna move this to the side right now. Cutting the onions, I'm gonna cut it into slivers. So cutting it into slivers, you just chop off the ends and parts. You have already sliced it in half and washed it. We're gonna cut it this way. I'm just gonna follow the shape of the onion. I don't know why I started cutting the onions first. Then again, this knife is pretty sharp, so I don't have to worry about it, making me cry. If you have a sharp knife, you don't have to worry about your onions. So I'm going to put in a container, so a bowl. I like using these big knives because I can use them as like a scooper. Oh, what's that? If your noodles try to boil over like that, just move it to the side. Move the cover to the side so it doesn't boil over. Next up, I got some garlic. I'm not gonna cut this up, or maybe just a little bit. And I'm gonna put it in the mortar and pestle to make it easier to process. I could chop it up fine, mince it fine, but I find that this is faster. To the side. Oh yeah, much faster. And aside from that, I'm also gonna add some ginger. So we got a little thumb of ginger here, which which is the technical term. With the ginger, probably don't need a lot, so maybe just this much. Add that to the mortar and pestle too. That to the side. And that's done. So we're going to move this to the side. We got our onions ready. Next up, the bell peppers. So with the bell peppers, we have these lobes, right? So these lobes, you have the sticker here. The sticker is technically non-toxic, but you want to peel that off. You don't want to accidentally eat some stickers. I have 2 sweet peppers with me, so a red one and an orange one. Doesn't have to be the red or the orange. I just like the color. So we're going to cut out the lobes, because the lobes follow the ribs that's inside. That way I don't really have to worry about the seeds. Not that it has a lot of seeds to begin with. And move this to the side for now. When you are cutting, actually, I'm going to put that there. That's going to be where I'm getting rid of it. I don't know if you can see this, but when you're cutting, skin side up. Make it easier for yourself. Same thing as the onions. We're cutting slivers just so they cook easier. And I love bell peppers, are very sweet. Just be careful when you're slicing. There's some seeds, that's okay. Bell pepper seeds are not spicy, so you don't have to worry about it. Sometimes they don't look that nice. You could just pick them out. Next up, same thing, just following the lobes. And what I mean by lobes are these, right? How are you doing there, assistant? You doing all right?
Doing good.
It's an easy way to get rid of seeds.
Yeah, we don't want no seeds.
All right, one more time. Skin side up. That's a little too thick. Slice that thinner. You don't have to go fast if you're not in a hurry, but you do have to be mindful of the time, especially if you're cooking something already. So I got 5 seconds. So the noodles, we're just gonna let that cool down for a little bit before we drain it. I got good timing here.
Time is impeccable.
And by the time that's cooled down, we should have all of these prepped. But we're cooking that under. Oh, nope, it's supposed to go there. In addition to the sweet peppers, I also want to add a little bit of a spicy kick. So this is a Korean hot pepper. And I'm not going to add a lot. I'm not throwing this away. I'm going to use that later. And with this, I do need to remove the seeds. And the way I do that is Slice it slightly open like that.
Oh.
And I'm removing all of those seeds. And do not touch your face after slicing these.
Why? What happens?
You're gonna have a bad time. You're gonna have a very bad time. But just like it for the flavor. A little bit of the color. Just to give it a little bit of spice. Alright, so we got those done. Next up, I'm just gonna quickly rinse this because I don't want the rest of those vegetables to be spicy. Always try to clean as you go. Next up, the rest. So this is some cabbage. When you're cutting cabbage, there's a core here that you want to get rid of. So just cut diagonally, like a diamond.
Diamond in the rough.
Just to cut that core out. Once you got most of that core out, try to get as much of that core out as possible because it's very tough and you don't want that. So same thing as before, just need slivers. You don't need a lot of this. I don't know why I placed it there. It's supposed to be here. So I probably need about consistent. That much?
Yeah, that's
good enough.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
All right, I'll reuse that later. So this, I'm gonna need a different bowl. So that's gonna be a different bowl because we do need that for later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, so next up, some green beans. Now, in the original recipes that I found, they use long beans, and if you can't find that, just find some green beans like this. I like to cut off the ends because those, they don't cook as quickly. So I'm also gonna cut them shorter, I guess, just to make it easier for myself. Make it easier to cook. This is about 40 grams of green beans. Just cut the edges off. You could also just break them in your hands, actually. If you want to just make it easier for yourself, or make it harder for yourself, you can just break it with your hands. If you want to make it harder for yourself, you can break it with your hands. Other end. That. Let's cut it shorter. Just like some tall pieces here that I want to cut. Yeah, it looks good. What do you think? Good?
Yeah.
Next up, we're going to need some carrots. So this carrot is already peeled using this peeler, but this peeler also comes with a grater. And got this today. I want to give this a try. Oh, that works.
Oh.
I like that. Yeah, that'll work. That'll do it. The alternative to using this is, of course, just using your knife. I'll show you how to do that too. But I just wanted to give it a try. I saw it in the store and I wanted to give it a try. Alright, that's enough of that. I wanted to give it a try. Alright. Now the traditional way of doing it. Let's move that to the side for now. The ends that you don't want. Cut it in half. Make sure your knife is sharp for this. Actually, let's make it shorter. Shorter. slice it this way without cutting yourself, so that you can slice it thin. Your hand slipping and sliding, just be careful. An easy way to prevent that is just by adding a towel at the very bottom of your cutting board. This one's thin enough. So that's another way that you could do it. Or rather, the usual way that you should do it. How am I doing on time?
On the timer?
Yeah,
You want me to look at the timer?
not the timer.
Oh.
How much time have I done so far?
We're at 16 minutes.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You're doing pretty good. It's looking
I
pretty
feel
good.
like that's enough carrots. What do you think?
I think that's a lot of carrots.
It's a lot of carrots?
That's a lot of carrots.
Yeah. That'll do. Last but not least, some corn. So this is just some canned corn that I'm going to drain and wash. Just a quick drain. Some sweet corn. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, so, and last but not least, we have some scallions, which I forgot about. Scallions, cut the ends off. So these, I don't like how they look that much. I'm going to move that to the side. So same thing. If you want to go it slow, that's fine. If you're going to go it fast, just make sure that you're careful.
You gotta watch the fingers.
Yeah, and try to make it even too. And that's going to go with these guys. So I have two bowls here. And the reason why they're separated is because this one is going to go in first, and then these ones are going to go in last. Because we want these to cook down a little bit more. Alright, so that's done. You can stop recording for now.